high balls tonight might not be a good idea.
A little bit about your club. What is it that makes it special? Why do you support Feyenoord?
Well, yeah, it's just a way of living. You are born as a Feyenoord supporter, and we never won a lot of titles. We won some titles, but not like Ajax or PSV. But yeah, it's just the way you are. You are born. We are Feyenoord fans, and if you see the atmosphere in our stadium, the fans, how they are. We lost one time from PSV Eindhoven with 10-0. It was some years ago. It was terrible. And the next match, the stadium was totally full. And I think in every club in the world, if Arsenal would lose from City, for example, with 10-0, next match, stadium will be empty because they have no fans, and we have the real fans. And that's why I think that makes our club one of the greatest clubs in the world.
What do you think of City?
Yeah, City is the club from Manchester, because I read some history, of course, from City, and the Manchester United is more fans from foreign countries. If I see matches on the television, I see a lot of Chinese supporters and Indian supporters. It's not that I'm against them, but it's not a real English club, and City is a more English club. So, but yeah, I'm not really fan of that City is bought by a foreign investor, because I think football should be for the fans and not from investors. But it's a nice club, nice stadium, really good players, so it will be a nice game tonight.
Take three. Thank you. You can choose. Yeah?
Flown in from Amsterdam from Gatwick this morning.
What was the weather like on the flight?
We got delayed by an hour and a half.
Was everything all right? Was it bumpy?
Very, extremely bumpy, and I even suffered a bit of air sickness, which I've never had before.
Is it worth it to come here to watch City?
Absolutely.
So you've just been on one of the trips around the harbour, have you, of Rotterdam?
Yes, I have. It's really quite interesting. There's some absolutely huge ships out there. Ships that can actually carry ships.
Really?
And it was really quite rough as well, but enjoyable.
How many of these European trips would you say you've been on?
Over the last few years, every single one.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your favourite trip then?
I really can't say. I love Munich. I love Munich very much. I've got friends in Munich, so I always stay with them. But I love going to the Munich Stadium.
Radio Rijnmond.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Niels van Halten.
Now you're interviewing fans as they come in here, gauging their atmosphere and what they're expecting tonight. What are they saying to you?
Ooh, they're really happy, well, ecstatic that Feyenoord is back in the Champions League. It's been 15 years, and now for the first time tonight it's against Manchester City, the return in the Champions League. They're excited. The Kuip, the stadium of Feyenoord, it has something special, and if the crowd's really supporting the team and getting exciting, then it's going to be a tough evening, even for Manchester City. Yeah.
What about the atmosphere in the city? Is there a worry of trouble, or is it all peaceful?
No, it's a, why do you call it a good tension to say? Yeah. Looking forward to the match tonight, and really, well, looking forward to go to the stadium and see, well, Feyenoord in action.
Well, some interesting views then from those supporters. Now here at the UEFA Youth League this afternoon, goals from Rotondo and an Ed Francis deflected free kick have given City a comfortable 2-0 victory. The big game, of course, is to come later on this evening, but it's a good start for City. They were well in control. Brahim Diaz, I thought, was City's best player, very inventive, some great dribbling, and caused them all sorts of problems here at El Excelsior, which is the normal home stadium for that club. But an excellent game and a nice appetizer for tonight's main course. So now, having been to one stadium, I'm going to go to the other stadium, and I'm actually on the Rhine, believe it or not, on a water bus. which is going to take me for the princely sum of €1 from one stadium to the other. So here we go, setting sail on the Rhine on a damp day here in Rotterdam over to the Feyenoord main stadium.
So as I'm coming over on the water taxi, I see this off the pitch, and this guy is the owner. What's your name?
My name is Brian.
And you used to be a player, yeah?
I used to be a player in the youth. I played for Excelsior Rotterdam and RBC Roosendaal. So.
And you're a big Feyenoord supporter?
I'm a big Feyenoord supporter, yes.
And this company is sort of designer sportswear?
Yes, we
really?
design sportswear, luxury sportswear for all soccer players in Holland. They're wearing it. Also, Manchester City player Otamendi got some stuff for us also.
Okay.
So yes, we try to take over the world with our brand. So
why not? A good ambition.
Why not? Yes.
What does Nicolas Otamendi wear then? Is it one of these things?
The badges, yeah. Nicolas Otamendi wear like this. Look, this thing Nicolas Otamendi got.
All right.
But you got to look on the Instagram of Nicolas Otamendi. So then you want to see off the pitch. So yes.
So tonight, when you watch the game, I'm guessing you're going to go to the game.
Yes, I'm there.
Are you supporting Nicolas Otamendi or are you supporting Feyenoord?
I'm supporting Feyenoord. I love Nicolas Otamendi because he's wearing my brand, but I'm a Feyenoord fan, so for me, it's Feyenoord. Because I got some friends that are playing for Feyenoord. So.
Right.
So Filena, the number 10, and the number 7, Bewitches, they are my friends. So
who's going to win tonight?
Feyenoord. I hope.
Ja, jij ook.
So those are the Feyenoord fans going in, and here's one of them, Jerry.
Hi.
Who also has a strong affection for Manchester City, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah. I'm in England. I'm a City fan, but here it's Feyenoord is #1, of course.
And you've seen the two teams.
Yeah.
What do you make of the two teams that have been selected?
Well, it will be a hard game for us. I mean, it's I think it's 800 million against about 80 million. But you know, the Kuip is always a very impressive stadium, and a lot of teams came here. Like United last year, we beat them here, so it's always a strange game, and we always have hope.
How come you're a City fan as well as a Feyenoord fan?
Well, it was the first game. I sometimes make my trips to England to see the English football, and it's the first game I saw was Manchester City against United, which unfortunately we lost as City. It was before the great City with the big money. But since then I'm a City fan. I've seen a lot of games, so it's always nice to be there. But today I'm Feyenoord.
What do you really think is going to happen today? You know what the two teams are now, you know the lineups.
Yeah.
City, I'm guessing, come here as hot favourites, but I'm told there'll be a great atmosphere. So who's going to win out?
Well, it's always hard to say. I mean, I've seen the Celtic game yesterday. That was not so good. Celtic away is always difficult as well. But I think with the great fans here, it's you never know what's gonna happen. I give a good chance to Feyenoord.
You can't lose in a way today, can you?
No. Well, I have to say, if Feyenoord loses, I lose as well. That's, okay. To be honest. But, yeah.
Thank you. Enjoy the game.
Yeah, you too. Thanks.
So here we are outside the stadium, moments before kick-off. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking we're going to batter these.
Really?
Yeah, I'm really confident today, man. We're going to do it.
What have you been doing today? Have you been drinking? Have you been sightseeing? What have you been doing?
Not much sightseeing, a lot of drinking. Yeah. That's what you're doing over there.
Feyenoord fans, or?
I met a lot of Feyenoord fans. They're all cool lads, you know. No, I had no trouble from them at all.
Were you on the trip that came out here today?
Yeah.
So you were delayed at Manchester Airport?
Yeah.
The rain, the weather, and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
But you got here.
Got it all right. No bother.
So now you need 3 points.
Now we need 3 points.
Enjoy
Get
the game.
Cheers, man. Nice one.
I've seen a lot of games in Europe, and that was about as good as it gets. The first 15 minutes or so were just mind-blowing. The first touch football, the passing, everything was right about it. The second goal to me epitomised everything good about City. Down the right-hand side, Bernardo Silva was involved. Obviously, Kevin De Bruyne was involved as well, and then a sweet finish as well by Sergio Aguero to get him ever closer to that record of Eric Brooks. But tonight wasn't about an individual. If I was trying to pick a man of the match tonight, I couldn't do it. I just don't think there was a man of the match. I think there were phenomenal performances all over the pitch, from the bravery of Edison to get involved in the game in the first place with the head injury that he suffered at the weekend, to the Stones scoring 2 goals and very involved at the back as well, albeit that City weren't under a great deal of threat throughout that game. But also the movement ahead. Well, that was the thing that just blew me away today. If City can perform like that on a regular basis, what a season we are in for. The City fans are still here, up in that end, and I don't suppose the journey back to Manchester now, whether it be in a plane, with the bumps of the wind, or whether it be, as we will be doing, by boat, that will be a problem at all. City 4, Feyenoord 0.
How good was that then?
Tonight, complete performance. Absolutely fantastic from the boys. Brilliant.
I said in my match report that I didn't think there was a man of the match.
Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne.
Right, you went
fantastic, mate. Absolutely. Complete performance. What more could you ask from a player? He was everywhere on that pitch. He got booked early, stayed calm. Brilliant. Absolutely top draw from all the boys. Absolutely.
Not so bad coming out in the rain now, is it?
No, it's not so bad. And 5 hours delay at Luton Airport this morning. We'll have that. well worth it. Fantastic.
I think that's, well, I'm 53 years old, right? And I've supported City since 1969. That's the best performance I've ever seen in Europe, Man City.
That's a big statement.
Fucking is, mate. And you know what? It was like watching Real Madrid, mate. They were brilliant. Nothing in defence, blistered him in attack, 4 goals, everybody's happy. Here comes Rotterdam.
Well, it's the best performance I've seen for a long time, to be honest with you. Murdered him.
One guy said to me the best performance he's ever seen.
Ever seen? I don't know, I'm not sure about that one, but it's up there. Kevin De Bruyne, turning into a world-class midfield, I think.
He's a man you'd pick out as man of the match, though.
Yeah, for me he was, yeah. All season, to be fair. He's been running the show every time he's played. In that central role, miles better, a bit deeper, I think.
It's good enough, isn't it? I'm happy with that. Take 4-0 away from any Champions League game, so.
It must be unusual not to find a single fault in it. It was a perfect game, wasn't it?
Well, they weren't very good, were they, really? That makes a bit of a difference. It's like playing a First Division club, really.
What do you think?
Definitely like playing a First Division club.
I mean, some people will say that, they'll say that Feyenoord weren't very good, but was it not City just being brilliant?
City were very, very good, yeah. Yeah, bring on Watford.
Very impressive. Kevin De Bruyne, imperious. Rest of the team, terrific.
You were at the other end from where most of the goals were scored, though. Could you see him well?
The netting didn't help in front, but apart from that, yeah, well, couldn't always tell who scored them, relying on word of mouth, but yeah, that's a great all-round performance.
Presumably you could see the movement. I mean, the movement of the players was phenomenal, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, they played really well tonight.
There's not a lot to say, really, is there, after a victory like that? It's like, yeah, they played really well.
I think we're in shock.
You're in shock?
Never expect a result like that. I think to have the luxury of being able to take Aguero and Silva off just into the second half and give all the players a bit of game time as well. Seeing Bernardo Silva get 90 minutes was tremendous as well.
It's not a bad journey home after a victory like that, is it?
No, if it stops raining, it's absolutely lashing.
Well done, Pep.
City win the game 4-0 then, but for us it's a 3-day trip, so we've still got the journey home. If you watch the road to Rotterdam, then you'll know that I travelled here and we'll be travelling back with John and Paul. So it seems only fitting that we get their verdict to finish off with. So what did you make of it?
First half of the game, absolutely fantastic, sublime, just blew me away. Second half, we did what we needed to do, game management, and we still scored again. So what can be perfect.
It's been a great day, to be honest. Result was great, company was great. The whole experience has been fantastic. Bring on the next one, can't wait.